everybody, and welcome to Newsworthy. I'm Michael Santostefano.
And I'm Hannah Flahan. We have a host of interesting, completely true stories for you tonight, so stay tuned.
Saturday Night Live alum heartthrob Pete Davidson was spotted at a Packers game getting cozy with the reanimated corpse of Margaret Thatcher, and the internet is on fire. We all suspected romance was afoot last week after paparazzi snapped a picture of Davidson and the formerly deceased Prime Minister of the United Kingdom leaving Kroger's together, and it looks like we were right. According to sources close to the pair, it all started when the two met at an elite Illuminati Bilderberg meeting in which Davidson broke the ice by complimenting her on her looks. This was after she became the subject of one of the first ever successful trials of human reincarnation. The two then purportedly spent the night reminiscing about supply-side economics and the neoliberalism of the 80s. Wedding bells? Although the two lovebirds are taking things slow, Thatcher is reportedly head over heels for the comedy heartthrob, going as far as to tell her friends that she loves Pete almost as much as she hates the global poor. Pete is believed to have slightly more trepidation about this blossoming romance with the Iron Lady because she yearns for flesh. The reanimated corpse of Margaret Thatcher yearns for flesh. Anyway.
Last weekend, Titanic re-released in theaters to commemorate the beloved film's 25-year anniversary. Its unprecedented box office success has spurred discussions among studio executives about possible sequels. Here to discuss the future sequels is our entertainment correspondent, Lucy LaTorre, with Titanic director James Cameron.
James, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
First of all, let's talk about the premiere last weekend. What were your thoughts?
I thought it was great. We had a line around the block of high school girls speed dating Leonardo DiCaprio.
Fantastic. So, what is your vision for this Titanic cinematic universe? Is it anything like the Avatar sequels?
It's actually a lot like the Avatar sequels. That's actually where I got my idea from. Basically, the second film will pick up right where the last left off. Rose is steeped in angst and grief over Jack's loss, so she enlists the help of a scientist to resurrect him using hair samples. And I'm already talking to Sigourney Weaver about playing the scientist.
Sounds incredible.
So then for the third one, I'm thinking Jack and Rose go back in time and try to stop the Titanic from sinking. Then the fourth one takes place after saving the boat. They then save a child that would go on to become an evil scientist, so they have to save the world from him. Then the last movie is set in the future, where Rose wants to live longer, so she goes to Pandora and gets one of those Avatar bodies.
Well, there you have it. That was James Cameron, director of the upcoming Titanic sequels, coming soon to a theater near you. Back to you at the desk.
Hoarders, watch out. This bird is about to give you a run for your money. After calling pest control, a family in Santa Rosa, California discovered the hoard of what seemed to be a bird millionaire. With the help of Nick Castro, owner of Nick's Extreme Pest Control Company, 700 pounds worth of nuts were removed from the walls. Overconsumption is a problem everywhere, people, and now it's sinking its claws into the animal kingdom too. Some advice for all you homeowners out there: check your walls, check your chimneys, listen to those tapping noises coming from inside your house. Don't call yourself crazy. Also, look out for acorns, obviously, and don't teach wildlife animals about capitalism.
The 2023 Grammys were marked with historic achievements. The first trans woman in history to win a Grammy, the third black woman ever to achieve EGOT status, and most importantly, Harry Styles became the first bald man to win the Album of the Year award. Here is some footage of the historic moment.
This is really, really kind. I'm so grateful. This doesn't happen to people like me very often, because I'm a bald man. As a child, the only representation kids like me had was Mr. Peanut, and I was mocked. Sing, Peanut Boy, sing. Well, I did, and now I'm here.
Your average bald folk have also felt empowered by the win.
I've never felt more proud. I'm glowing. I'm golden. Literally, my head is shining.
The representation has dispelled any rumors of discrimination at the Grammys. It's safe to say that the Grammys will never quite be as it was. Next, we'll tell you all about the Franklin Park Zoo's new marketing tactic to drum up visitors. Stick with us. Welcome back to Newsworthy. Michael, Boston is the best city in the world.
Oh, Hannah, sure is. To fill us in on the gentrification of the greater Boston area is our city correspondent, Imani Zhao.
While the pandemic stalled our economy and our lives, it was an absolute goldmine for the city's rat population. Boston suburbs are experiencing the largest increase in rats yet recorded, with sizable populations reported as far as Natick, Wellesley, and Wayban. These suburban rats, emboldened by the lockdowns, have moved into larger, more spacious nests, often over coffee shops or marijuana dispensaries. They also seem to have cultivated a more upscale palate, including consuming both recycling and compost. Opinions from Boston City's rats have been decidedly mixed. Many claim their suburban brothers to be snobs.
All right, my nephew Vinny moved out to the burbs. Now he won't shut up about a moose-bouche. All right, 2 weeks ago he was at the bodega eating a used tissue, and now he's talking about motherfucking a moose-bouche. All right, I'm just saying.
To which the suburban rats laughed and referred to them as riffraff. While the phenomenon requires further study, many a paw have been pointed to seagull gentrification as a deciding factor.
Gentrifying? God, no! We just swoop down from the vineyard, nab as much city property as we can, devour whoever gets in our way, and circle back in time for Merlot o'clock.
Thanks, Amani. In an effort to combat dwindling attendance, the Franklin Park Zoo has announced their first ever Furry Festival. The event is set to take place on Valentine's Day to honor the special love between furries and zoos. We wanted to make sure all of the diehard zoo fans out there just had a day for them. A special chance to explore the zoo with only their fellow zoo aficionados to accompany them, said the chief zookeeper. It remains unclear if the zoo actually knows what the word furry means or if they just think it's a term for people who really like zoos. Either way, things are sure to get hairy. Or should I say, fuzzy.
Please, stop. Coming up, learn more about new renovations to buildings on campus. Stay with us. Welcome back to Newsworthy.
You know, Michael, I'm big into sports.
Really?
No.
Well, then you'll be super interested in our next story about our Emerson pride. The world of collegiate sports has been struck by an unforeseen blow. After nearly 142 years of perfection, the Emerson football team received their first ever loss. The large part of the Emerson student body is devastated, some saying they refuse to eat or sleep out of respect for what the Emerson Lions have gone through. Football captains will now be forced to pursue careers outside of their sports due to their failure, most likely sports communication.
Breaking news for the Emerson community. Emerson College has recently released a statement detailing their new building plan for the Walker Building. The college says they intend to replace our coveted gender-neutral restrooms with some lovely, shiny, can't fit more than 2 people elevators. Bulldozers should be arriving February 14th to tear down the building. Emerson students have mixed feelings about this news, saying Emerson College sucks ass and needs to do better. We know, guys. We know.
Well, that's all that we have for you tonight. Thank you for joining us. Once again, I'm Michael Santos-Stefano.
And I'm Hannah Flahan. Remember, any story can be news, but not every story can be newsworthy.